Have you ever noticed something strange? It's late at night, everyone is asleep, and suddenly you feel like you can conquer the world. You decide you're going to wake up at 5 a.m., start exercising, learn a new skill, build a business, and completely change your life. But then, morning arrives, the alarm rings, and somehow, that future billionaire version of you disappears. What happened? This is called the midnight confidence effect, that magical time when your confidence is at its highest and your plans sound absolutely unstoppable. Think about it. At midnight, your brain becomes the CEO of a company that doesn't even exist yet. You start creating perfect life plans. Tomorrow, no more procrastination. Tomorrow, I'll study for 6 hours. Tomorrow, I'll finally clean my room. And for some reason, these ideas feel completely realistic. But why does this happen? One reason is that at night, there are fewer distractions. No school, no work, no notifications demanding your attention every second. The world becomes quiet, and your mind finally gets space to think about big goals and dreams. Another reason is that your brain loves imagining success more than doing the actual work. Planning feels rewarding. In fact, sometimes making a detailed plan gives your brain a small sense of accomplishment before you've even started. That's why writing a 2-0-step productivity plan at 1 a.m. feels amazing, but following step 1 at 7 a.m. feels like carrying a refrigerator up a mountain. There's also less pressure at night. Tomorrow is still far away. The difficult tasks haven't arrived yet. It's easy to promise yourself impossible things when you don't have to do them immediately. Imagine standing outside a gym and saying, "I can totally work out for 2 hours." Sounds easy. Now imagine actually being inside the gym after 10 minutes of exercise. Suddenly, 2 hours feels like a prison sentence. That's exactly what happens with midnight confidence. Future problems seem smaller because you're not facing them yet. But here's the interesting part. Midnight confidence isn't completely useless. In fact, it can be powerful if you use it correctly. The mistake most people make is creating huge plans. They decide to transform their entire life overnight. When morning comes, the plan feels overwhelming, and they quit before starting. Instead, use your midnight motivation to create one small action. Not, "I'll become fluent in a new language," but "Tomorrow, I'll practice for 10 minutes." Not, "I'll get in perfect shape," but "Tomorrow, I'll do 10 push-ups." Small actions survive the morning. Giant promises usually don't. The next time you find yourself lying in bed at midnight, feeling like the most motivated person on earth, don't laugh at yourself. That confidence is real. The problem isn't the confidence, it's the size of the promises you're making. Because the people who actually change their lives aren't the ones with the biggest midnight plans. They're the ones who wake up and do the small things they promise themselves. So tonight, if your brain starts planning a new life at 1 a.m., remember this. Don't trust your midnight confidence with giant dreams. Trust it with one tiny action. Because a small step taken in the morning is worth more than 1,000 perfect plans made at midnight. And who knows? That tiny action might be the thing that finally turns your midnight confidence into real results.